Richard Goff did say in it on the podcast we had him on. He said from day one he kind of contacted you and said, "What about this guy Postecoglou?" And you said, "Oh, unfortunately, I think you're in a bit of trouble here." you knew right away, because that wasn't the feeling. Even among Celtic fans, it was, "Who's this guy? Where did they pluck him from?" But I mean, he hit the ground in a blaze.
He's just a big believer in the beauty of the game, but more importantly about the way he wants to play, Keith. And that's, look, he didn't get off to the best start in the first 6 games of his spell. He didn't start off well, but he didn't wobble. He still had a strong belief in terms of what he wanted to achieve, what was there, what he had, what he needed to bring to the table to be able to play a style of football. That they've kind of delivered now consistently. So I think he's been very good. And you know, a lot of the stuff that I speak about the media and all that, and especially even after some of the European results, and they're like, "No, he's going to change. And he's good." I just started laughing. I go, "He ain't changing. He just want to get better at what he's doing."
That's right. So your experience of working with him was from the Aussie national side, yeah?
Yeah, I worked actually when he first came out when I first went out to Australia. I was at Brisbane Raw. Ange come in to the club just as I was leaving the club.
Mm-hmm.
We had a bit of a run in, but I mean, we're grown men. We kind of we forgive and forget, and we got a great relationship. I then
what was the running over?
Actually, there was a meeting that kind of he was probably looking to use as motivation to the group, and kind of maybe just got to me and said maybe a thing or two that I wasn't overly delighted with. So no, but it was all good. And then the national team stuff was he got the job, and I'm like thinking, oh no, gosh, like we probably didn't finish off on a great note at Brisbane. And I go, so I picked up the phone and says, "Ange, listen, I'm in Melbourne," which is where he was. I says, "I'd love to be able to catch up with you. National team coach now. I've been doing this role in terms of the mentoring, in terms of helping the FA with a lot of the information from the players overseas. You may or may not want that to continue." And we met and we had an hour, and mate, we had a really, really great chat. We both agreed that we were hugely passionate about Australian football and wanted to continue to make an impact, and shook hands, and everything was kind of forgotten. And again, it wasn't a big issue at Brisbane, and I just felt that, you know what, that also shows the type of man that he is. He's just big on getting the right people, you know, as long as people are in and doing their jobs and doing them jobs properly. When he can then go and focus on other things, that's the way he likes to operate. So you know, he's done a wonderful job, and we've got huge respect for one another. Would I have loved the success to be at Rangers? Absolutely. Does it hurt me that he's having that success at Celtic? Yes, it does. But there's that little bit in me that's saying, you know what, but he's an Aussie, and I'm glad he's doing well.
Well, do you think he'll go down south at some point? Do you think he'll try and? I know he's got nothing to prove, but I suppose, you know, the English Premier League is where everybody wants to go. Ultimately, is it not?
I think there is something for him still to prove to himself and also to the supporters, and he'll want to show that he can do better in Europe. Clearly, that's the area where he'll be working ever so hard to really try and improve, and then if he gets to that level, which I don't see why he can't get to that level, then the top English clubs, it's only a matter of time.
I think what he wants to do is he wants to prove he's got this blueprint in his head. This works. My system works, and it will work in Japan, and I can take it to Scotland. I can make it work in the UK, and for me, you're right. He wants to make it show that I don't need to change. I just need to make it a little bit better. I might need to bring in better players, but I will prove that this system's going to work in whatever platform that we're playing on. Yeah,
no, for sure. Look, I mean, Celtic supporters enjoy what you're seeing and enjoy what you got. It won't last forever, you know. Like there is that ambition within Ange to continue his footballing journey, and Premiership offers that. and you know, I think after maybe another year, if the right club, it has to be the right club, then the opportunity for Ange to move on. Again, I think with probably the support of the supporters, because again, he's another thing, he connects so well, doesn't he, with the supporters. I think he really comes across as someone that understands the size of the football club. More importantly, how hard the supporters work to get the money to go and watch a game of football. And he says all the right things. He's very, very clever and done a really good job.